Hello, I'm Anthony,
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
and we're from the We Have Issues podcast.
And every week, Anthony and I get together to just basically discuss the issues that we're having and then progress on our comic book.
We're doing our best. You can check us out on YouTube or anywhere else, but right now you're here to listen to one of my favorite people doing one of my favorite podcasts, 2010 Minutes. That's it, right, Tim? Did we?
Tim, is that it?
Tim,
Tim, is that all of it?
Tim, did we do it? Did we get it?
Did we do it, Tim?
Is
You
that
want
the
3 more
thing you want
takes?
us to do? I don't
6 more takes.
How
10?
many- What do we have to
10?
do? No,
10
20.
more
We need
takes.
20. We need 20 to
Oh, we need 20 takes.
That's
for
what we
20
have
minutes.
to do.
That's
20
good.
minutes. 20 take minutes. Okay, so we have to take 20 minutes to do the 20 takes.
Ooh.
Let's do this.
So
20
this is gonna be a
takes.
20-minute take?
It's a 20-minute take. Just one take for 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right, 20 takes. So, hello. So, that's not it? No, hang on. No.
What's that character's name so that I can have a character too?
Oh
I
man,
want a
you're
character.
right. Okay, what are we doing? Tim. So we love Tim. That's it.
I was going to say, it is. I stopped. You win.
Okay. Hello, Patreon subscribers. You're all amazing, and we love you. I just want to just get that out of the way, just right off the bat, in case we forget to say it later, which we won't. We'll say it too much, probably.
We say, yeah, we'll tell you that we love you so many times that it gets awkward and you unsubscribe from our Patreon. That's
Yeah,
what,
don't
that's
do.
what
But then it'll be like a Family Guy thing where like it gets weird, but then it gets better because we'll just keep saying it awkwardly until they feel
it's like
bad.
a good version of the Conway Twitty joke.
Yes, yeah, it's just gonna keep coming back. Like I love you. Oh, they hate me. They hate me. They hate me. But then they come back just to see if we're still saying it, and we are. We
And we
are.
are. Our arms are open.
Always. So we have a couple questions from our patrons, our amazing true colonists, and we appreciate you and love you all. So from Paige, we have number 1. What, if anything, would you change about yourself if you could? You want to know what I'd change, Paige? No, I don't. Paige, my life is spinning out of control. Life is
Floating fast
Yeah, I-
away.
I-
Dialogue.
But when the moment she left, I knew that something that wasn't right. Sorry. We won't be quoting songs through the whole thing. But yeah, no. What I would do is I'd probably fix all of the excessive trauma responses that I clearly have. Like I probably wouldn't be as Seinfeldian, but you know what? Like I also don't hate it. Like I'm not like hating myself, you know. So but like. I've gotten myself in trouble in the past. You all know. You watch. I know if you subscribe to our Patreon, you know that I've dated and it's gone poorly sometimes, and it's because I kind of have faith in things when I shouldn't sometimes, or like I have too much optimism when it comes to certain things when I should be a little more trepidatious. I should be a little more cautious, when it comes to certain things. I wasn't. I haven't been. Maybe I could be. I probably won't be. That's why I'm just not dating. So I'd like to fix that. Steve, I know you're perfect and everything you do is perfect and your life is beautiful, but what would you change about you if you had to?
I would change the fact that
You're perfect. Stop it.
I would change the fact that I've never heard the word trepidatious.
Do it.
No, I've never heard. That's a beautiful word. I would change the fact that I would know that word because I don't know that word, and now I do. And I was like saying it in my head over and over again because it's like I learned a new word. It's like new Mega Man skill. But no, if I could change one thing about me that isn't like, oh, I don't want to be fat anymore, like that, blah blah blah. But like probably a very similar like trauma response thing. Like I feel like a lot of my motivation in finishing something is like, I think there's something like inside of me that like fears failure so much so that like I basically don't finish things so that way I never succeed but I never fail. You know what I'm saying? So like I would love to, and actually I'm working on that. I'm working on that, people. I'm actually, we're getting through that. But yeah, that's something I would change about myself, that I wish finishing something didn't feel so foreign to me, is what I would say.
No, yeah, I mean, that's what she said. But no, but it's I know that feeling very well. As someone who has a finished novel and 3 basically finished issues of comic book that I haven't published. Yeah, I know what it means. Like I'm terrified to just like pull that trigger and send them out into the world and be like, I guess this is it, and you can judge me based on this now. That's why I was like, I need my best friend to do something with. I'm scared.
I need a scapegoat. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what it is.
I'm just kidding. I know it really is like a like just, why am I only thinking of a Dutch rudder? it's just like It's just like building each other up. I don't know why my man's like Dutch Rudder, Dutch Rudder, Dutch Rudder, say Dutch Rudder.
Okay, question the second. Question the second. What's the progress of the songs for Play It Again? I'm basically almost done with the actual musical part of it. We haven't started. We have to write 4 songs that are the actual songs that happen to make him go back in time, which we haven't written yet. But we're both kind of confident that those are going to be the easiest ones to write because
they're gonna be fun.
They're gonna
like
be
I
fun.
looked up I'm looking up like chord progressions of songs that we like, and just it's gonna be good, dude.
For sure, it's gonna be so much fun. So yeah, so as far as the musical, you've heard most of, if you've been listening, which you have, thankfully, thank you. But you've heard most of the songs as far as the musical part, the narrative musical. There are a couple songs that you haven't heard yet. I finished one of them. I only have one more song really to write. It's like the end song, and that's it. So
awesome.
I'm pretty excited for it.
I was thinking about this today, by the way. When it comes to that album, I think so. For example, the album opens with you singing to Atlas, and then it leads to you obviously finding the record. And I think going into track 2, because track 2 would probably either be a song, it would probably be one of the track songs.
The actual,
And I think like literally we should have like, there should be sound at the end of each track. So like you hear the record needle touching the record player, and then it starts playing, and then you hear it lift up, and then the bzz and pops that we hear, that we read in the comic, need to be in the album too.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so amazing.
I've already talked to Zoe about doing some like voice acting stuff. So during the actual 4 songs, I do want to do some like subtle dialogue stuff every once in a while, maybe. I think that would be really fun. You know, just little pieces that just kind of fit in, where it's like, oh, I didn't expect to hear that, but here it is. You know, because like that's some of my favorite stuff from, I mean, like old pop punk stuff. Bands used to do that a lot. I like New Found Glory did that a lot. Saves the Day did that, where it's like they add movie quotes and stuff into the songs. So it was like, it would be a lot of fun to
in Coheed's most recent album, Vaxis. So the whole story was like, you know, they're like bank robbers, and this whole thing goes wrong, and then it takes place in the Amory Wars, but like Old Flames is the bank robbery that's happening, and like in the breakdown of the song, you hear him go, "Are you ready?" And he's like, "Ready as I'll ever," or like the day we met, or something like that. He's like, "You're adorable," and so you hear like this little like dialogue exchange.
That's cool
on the track, and it's pretty cool because you can barely hear it though. It's very faint.
That's what I'm thinking of, like something that's really subtle, but like it's if you're someone reading the book, you understand what's happening. Okay, number 3. How excited are you guys to start Deathless and have a change of pace? Super excited, so excited. Like I can't freaking wait. Like this, I think Deathless is probably gonna be one of our like fast. I don't know, like I hate to be like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what's going to happen, but I think what's going to happen is it's going to be our fastest and probably shockingly most successful book, as far as, it's just going to like rocket. Hey bud, come here. I'm at the very end. Come here. I'm doing a question and answer thing.
Atlas, your favorite Pokemon on that shirt better be Bulbasaur. If you say Charmander like every other little boy your age, from my generation to yours.
It's not. Who's your favorite?
Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur.
No, who's really your favorite? If you could have any Pokemon, who would you have?
Eevee.
I knew he was gonna. Eevee.
Eevee is pretty cool, man.
He loves Eevee for some reason. So.
And Eevee can evolve into any type, basically, at this point. Except for Ghost and Ground, Rock.
What's your favorite Pokemon movie?
I Choose You.
I Choose You. It's a good one.
Go through the XP power of a because they're the Eevee! So what's the question?
Oh, what's the next question? Hang on, let me see.
Are you on question?
We're on Deathless. Yeah, we're excited to start Deathless because also from my side of it, Deathless is going to be done completely on my iPad. So I'm excited to draw a comic digitally. That's my plan for Deathless. So.
Yeah. Dude. Night, babe.
Are you going to check on me?
Yes. Good night. I love you. Punk. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah, dude. So I'm super excited. I can't wait. Like I'm just. Obviously, like everyone knows, I am done with going back to this well, like the breakup well. Like I'm done. Like I'm ready to tell different stories. Like I need it. I'm at the point where I'm just like I need different stories, and I think like the themes of Deathless are going to be a lot of fun for me, and it's going to be important for me to just kind of like pull myself out of that, and it's more in line with like the wake up song that I was writing, and just like I have to, like this character is like kind of not in a great place, but he's gonna be getting in a better place as as it's going. What was that? Go.
That was thunderstorm.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Am I in the? Uh-oh, was I asking the wrong questions? Let me see. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, I did. I guess we already answered that one, but it doesn't matter. If you could live anywhere, where would it be and why? I think I think the song question came from a previous group. I think we already answered that in the past, but I forgot. And I guess it's an update anyway. So it doesn't.
Yeah. Either way, it's more content. I've been having a hankering to move to like Tennessee, North Georgia, like mountainous, half mountainous, half, I don't know.
Yeah. Go hang out. I get it. You're gonna hang out with Dan. That's what this is. He lives in.
Is that
Georgia.
where he lives?
He lives in Georgia. I'm pretty sure.
But we can hang out with Dina right now. We should like do that at some point.
Hang out with Dina. Just be like, hey Dina, want to hang out and talk about how you hate the Lost Boys?
She hated it.
No, I don't know. I love Dina.
She didn't watch it.
She's so funny. No, I actually like Dina a lot. All right, let me see. If you could be, where would I live? I honestly, I don't even think about it. I'm just tethered, since I have Atlas, and Atlas has his mom for 2 days a year. I just feel like I'm. I just feel like I'm. For those 2 days, like, what am I gonna do? Fly down for 2 days a year? I can't take vacations. I'm not rich. No, I don't know. I don't need that anymore. I'm kind of
realistically though, Anthony, we probably could get to a point where we're wealthy enough to send him on a plane.
Yeah. No, it's true. We probably
twice a month or whatever.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping that Deathless kind of skyrockets us into that, and we get option for movies, and we get all kinds of cool stuff, and we get to write projects and do stuff. And then I can live wherever I want, and it won't even matter because I'll have money. Because when you have money, it doesn't matter where you live because you live everywhere, right? I mean, isn't that's kind of, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm with you. I I visited Tennessee. It was only like the first place I went when I left the state, and I loved it. Like I don't know. I enjoyed being in the mountains so much.
It's something. I think it's just something about like I'm sure people that live in Tennessee crave like beach. You know what I'm saying? It's just
true, for sure.
But like, don't get me wrong. When I drive over like the Midpoint Bridge or like one of the bridges, and I just look at the sun hitting the water, I'm like, man, we really do live in a really pretty place. But like, I don't know. It's just every day for us, so it's just it's old.
It's also like I mean, I'm not someone who flourishes. Like I don't thrive in the heat. Like I'm not like I need the sun to be happy, and like most of the time, like I've been playing water balloons and stuff with Atlas because it's the only thing we can do outside is get wet, and it's like I don't want to be wet all the time. It's just like what else do you do? What else can I do outside?
In Florida, it's like, listen, if I go outside, I'm going to get wet from the humidity, so I need to beat that wet, and I need to get wetter so that way the humidity doesn't win. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll. We have to be on top. We have to one up the Earth. Basically, is what we're doing. It's sorry, son. It's our job now. If you had all the money in the world and didn't need to work, would you guys still want to make comics?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if we had all the money in the world, we would make more comics and we'd make movies and stuff too. I know we would. Like that's what we would be doing.
If I had all the money in the world, we could produce our own movies.
Yeah.
And we could just pay movie theaters to play it because it doesn't matter because we have all the money in the world.
Yeah. If we had infinite amount of money, like finance wasn't an issue, we could just do whatever we wanted. I would make comic books forever. And Steve and I would probably just have our own little production studio, and we would just make comics, and we would publish other people's books and comics. Like, freaking, there's so many, like, oh my gosh, there's so many books. Every time they do those pitch things on Twitter, and I see all these ideas, and I'm like, some of these writers are actually really cool and clever, and like, I just, like, it sucks that this huge number of people all have it in their head that like if they don't make it traditionally, like if the publishing companies or like the agents don't find them magically in this pool, this sea of other creators, then they can just never publish their book. And I'm just like, that's so wrong, like those books should exist. Some of those books are really cool ideas. That's why we're just like, we're doing it ourselves. We're not asking for permission. We're just out here making weird books. This Play It Again is the weirdest thing we could have done as a first project. It just is. Like it's not a traditional comic book, it's not a traditional graphic novel, it's a musical. We're doing some weird stuff and we've been successful with it. And if that isn't like proof that we can do anything, then what is? So I don't know. Like if we had infinite money, we would just keep making stuff, and I think it would. I think our stuff would just improve because we wouldn't be exhausted, and I think it would, like we would be able to provide people with more content, and that's really what would happen.
We get to wake up like my Uncle Randy does. My Uncle Randy doesn't even set an alarm. He just lets the sun wake him up. Like how
nice. Wow,
that's amazing.
Jeez. What's Olympus?
And he installs tile. He just most construction workers are like on the job at 7. Randy's like, yeah, I'll get there when I get there. So like. And people are just like, okay, sir. And he's just got that energy about him, man. Good for him, though.
Good for him.
He's found his happy place. So.
Yeesh. Okay, let me see. Okay. For some reason, this keeps auto scrolling. Okay, I got it. So the last question. Let me see. From Bryn. Bryn wants to know any random fact. What is the most random fact that you know not pertaining to movies, music, and comics?
Ooh.
The most random fact. I mean, like, what, like a blue whale's heart is as big as a VW bug? Something like
I also know that their penises are like, what, 8 feet long?
As big as a VW bug? I don't know if you know this, but blue whales are measured by VW bugs.
In fact, Volkswagen as a company based their vehicle off of
Volks means a whale.
Like
that's what it is. It's Volkswagen's whale wagon. If you don't know that.
The wagon part, scholars maintain translation was lost long ago.
So, okay. Other random facts. So what's another random fact? Well, I know, I know that the ants outnumber us so much. They outweigh us. They outnumber us. They're gonna devour us one day.
They win.
We're in trouble. When insects come, we're in trouble. But not having to do with movies. Okay. I know that. Nope, that has something to do with movies. I was going to say Edward Muybridge invented the camera, the Zoe Praxiscope. What else do I know? I know a lot about movies. I know a lot about comics. I know
a lot of random stuff, and I can't think of any of it right now. So
well, that's always what happens, Brandon. Isn't that what happens? You want? Okay.
Oh, I got one.
Okay, good.
Did you know millions of years ago when dolphins and whales, when their evolutionary lines were splitting, do you know what land animal one of their lineages became?
Ooh, okay.
And it makes so much sense because think about how mean orcas are
to
like other animals and stuff besides humans. What land animal is like notoriously scary that's almost kind of porpoisey in its skin?
Ooh, okay.
Very territorial, large African mammal.
Wait, like hippos? No, that's
hippo.
Not
a hippo comes from the dolphin.
I guess I see it. That's so
yeah. But they're basically
like a lineage
of them broke off and then developed legs and then became freaking hippos.
Wow. So they're so they're related down the man. I wish
somewhere millions of years ago, whatever the species of whale was called back then.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that's cool. So now you know. The more you know, Bryn. But those are all of our questions. I think this week. I don't think Michelle had any questions. I know. Okay. Paige also asked me. I think she asked what my favorite Duplass brothers movie was. Their actual movies, I don't know. That's a hard one. I really like all their movies. And my favorite.
Do I know them?
Yeah. You probably know Mark Duplass from The League.
Okay.
And he was in Safety Not Guaranteed, Blue Jay. I don't know. He makes a lot of indie. The reason I love the Duplass brothers is they make movies that feel like anyone can make them, but they're legit stories. They're really touching stories. They're always really good and human feeling, but it just is they shot in a house. They were just I'm gonna rent this house and make a movie, and it's just why am I not doing this? Why am I not making movies like this? The Duplass brothers have a show called on HBO called Room 104. The whole concept of that show is it's freaking brilliant, and the whole concept is just there's a hotel room. And it's just an anthology of different things that happen in the hotel room with different guests. So it's just just random stuff. They can do any genre. There's one episode that's an entire musical that's just a dance performance the whole time.
Dang.
There's one episode. One of my favorite episodes is this guy asks an old teacher to meet him, and he's just oh, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me, blah blah blah. And they meet in his hotel for an interview. Dude, I love this episode so much. So he invites his teacher and they're having this normal conversation, just standard, okay, I see this is a touching moment where he's you made me who I am as a person, you helped me, you developed this. But then he's like, I saw you. He's like, I saw you when I was a kid. I saw you teleport. This just happens. Like, this is a show in which it's not like magic stuff happens all the time. It's an anthology story. Like, anything could technically happen, but it feels like it's just grounded in our reality, right? So if you imagine, it's just like you, and like one of our teachers from, you know, like Mrs. Goodwin, like one of our, who cares, like one of the high school people, you know, just like sitting there. And like, he's looking at him, he's like, I saw you teleport. And of course the teacher's like, he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you were a kid. I don't, like, you probably looked away or something. He's like, no. He's like, no, I saw it. You teleported. You teleported. I tried to tell everyone. No one believed me. They treated me like I was crazy. They blah, blah, blah. And, like, he goes on about, like, how it basically ruined his life because he couldn't get it out of his mind. He was just, like, and, like, dude, I love it so much because, like, that's how I would be. If I saw, and, like, I believe, like, there's a part of me that believes the reason I will never see any, like, supernatural aliens is they just know. They're like, we're going to ruin that guy. Like, if he sees us, there's no way he's gonna feed his son. It's gonna be pizza every day, and he's gonna stare at the sky until he sees us again. Like, that's it. Like, that's so this guy. So what he does is he ties him to a chair, and he puts a timer on, and he's like, "Listen, I don't want to hurt you," and like he tells the teacher, he's like, "I don't want to hurt you, but I have this bat. When the timer hits 0, I'm gonna swing the bat as hard as I can at your head. I'm going to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to hurt you, but I know, and you know that you can teleport. And I'm going to swing this bat, and when that timer hits 0, I'm going to know for sure that I wasn't crazy. I'm going to finally know, you know? So it's just like this whole cool, crazy premise in a hotel. Like, you know, like how nuts is it that like they carry a whole freaking story and several, because they have like 3 seasons of it on, yeah, so
Just
it's amazing.
one hotel. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of fun. At least watch that one. Like, I think that's like my favorite thing about those kind of shows is you can watch any random episode.
You just pick an episode.
Yeah, just pick an episode, and it doesn't matter. There's not a continuity, and like if there is like Easter egg continuity, it doesn't really matter. It won't change it. You know, it's not gonna make it worse for you not knowing. Like Black Mirror. I don't know if you watch Black Mirror, but like
I don't. But I it's the show I was thinking about when I was thinking of like a loose continuity.
Oh man, I have so many ideas for anthologies. I wish we had like infinite funds.
I'm telling you, like Steve, you and I need to do a vampire one for sure.
Oh, dude, it'd be so good. That'd be so much fun. I want to do a vampire one. I just want to do supernatural anthologies in general. Just like here are our versions of like all the Universal monsters. You know, like it's just like why aren't there more like here's a werewolf story, here's a vampire story, here's a mummy story. It doesn't matter. You know, like here's like. I don't know. People get so crazy about making like huge series about like, oh, here's my zombie series. I'm gonna write 20 books of this zombie series. You know, it's like I just want an anthology. Give me like give me 20 8 pages or something and just tell this cool story. But anyway, I think that's all of our questions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen on Patreon.
Thank you so much, everyone on Patreon.
Anthony's got to get to editing, so I'm gonna let this beautiful boy go.
I'm gonna do.
I hope you all have a wonderful week. Until we see you next Wednesday.
All right, we'll see you next Wednesday. In the meantime, think of some more questions, and we'll be back. Thank you so much. We love you all, and we appreciate everything you do. Thank you.